When we started using our adventure islands and tandem islands, one of the things we learned very quickly is that not only were these great boats for recreation and sailing, but they made pretty darn good fishing boats as well. But the opportunities for mounting rod holders, particularly to do the sort of trolling that we do, were few and far between. You had limited width in the cockpit, a very narrow gunwale, and of course, between the sheet coming back towards the back of the boat, it's very hard to put rods anywhere and not have them torn out or interfered with by the sheet. So we got to thinking, we don't really use the handles on these boats. We trailer them, we launch them from the trailer. We never use the handles. So we decided we'd try and see if we could come up with something that would allow us to mount our rod holders where the handles are. This also puts the rod next to both the person in the aft seat and the person in the fore seat. They don't have to reach forward, they don't have to reach behind them. So we decided to remove the handles and see if we could come up with something that would work there. Before I explain this piece, let me start by saying that what we've done here from both a material and a design standpoint is not structurally optimum for use as a handle. Now we have lifted the boats with these and they work, but again, it's not structurally sound design for a handle on a boat of this weight. For a rod holder, however, they're perfect. You're never going to generate a lot of power, a lot of force, I should say, against these because the boat is free to move upon the water. Anyway, this is PVC, and we've notched and angled the piece so that it will fit into the handle well perfectly. From there, we'll be able to mount our rod holder to this. If you wanted to still have a handle and use it in conjunction with something to mount a rod holder to, then you'd be better off probably going with a aluminum type thing, flattening the ends and tapering them to fit the compartments there on the boat. But as I said, we're not using these for handles, we're using them just as a rod holder attachment point, so we went with the PVC pieces I showed earlier. What we have now is a piece that fits nicely into the handle well on the tandem island or adventure island. Everything's nice and flush, everything's flat, it's close. We haven't increased the leverage on the screws, the mounting screws, and from here we will mount the rod holders directly to these adapters. This is the completed rod holder installed with the top piece and the rod in place. The rod comes out that way, and then when you're not using the rod holders, they come out, and that's all you're left with on the boat, which is pretty inobtrusive. It shouldn't cause any problems, shouldn't be in the way of operating the boat in any way. And this will work on either the tandem island or the adventure island. But it's simple, it's quick, it doesn't require you to bore any new holes in your boat, and just an idea that maybe some of you guys can get some ideas from.